In the cold, endless darkness of space, the alien fleet moved like a silent predator. Hundreds of ships glided in formation, their sharp edges reflecting faint starlight. The fleet patrolled the outer systems of their territory, a routine they had followed for decades. Every ship, every sensor, every weapon was ready. They were the strongest in this part of the galaxy, or so they believed. Suddenly, the lead ship's sensors blinked. A red warning flashed across the control room. "Captain," shouted a young officer, her voice trembling. "We have an unusual energy signature. It's unlike anything we've seen." Captain Zelrin leaned over the console, his long fingers tapping the buttons with practiced precision. The screen showed a faint shape moving steadily toward them. The energy readings were massive, chaotic, and impossible. "Impossible," he muttered. "No known species could produce this level of energy. Are the sensors faulty?" The officers exchanged uneasy glances. The fleet's communication channels buzzed with debate. "It must be a glitch," one senior officer said. "No life form can survive in this energy field." Another shook his head. "I have scanned hundreds of systems. This reading is real. And it's moving closer." The fleet slowed. Weapons primed. Shields rose with a soft hum. Every sensor in every ship trained on the approaching vessel. Still, the unknown ship ignored all the warnings. It moved forward, steadily, without hesitation. Captain Zelrin's eyes narrowed. "Keep scanning. I want every detail. Do not fire until I give the order." The crew worked furiously, trying to understand the anomaly. The readings were unusual but strangely organized, as if the vessel was controlled by an intelligence far beyond anything they knew. "Sir, it's ignoring our warnings," said another officer. "Every signal we send, it doesn't respond. It just keeps coming." Zelrin's face hardened. "This is no ordinary vessel. Prepare the fleet. But stay alert, do not underestimate it." For minutes, the silence of space was broken only by the soft hum of engines and the occasional beep of monitoring systems. Then the alien sensors picked up something even more disturbing. "Captain," said the sensor officer, his voice barely above a whisper, "the shape, it's changing. It's not just one vessel anymore. It's splitting." Zelrin's eyes widened. The screen flickered, showing a strange, shifting form that seemed to divide into smaller ships. Each one carried the same massive energy signature, moving with impossible speed and precision. "What is this?" muttered Zelrin. "Report." "It's attacking our formation, but not like any battle tactic we know," said the officer. "It's intelligent, predicting our every move." The fleet scrambled, trying to form defensive lines. But every maneuver the aliens made, the vessel, now multiple vessels, responded faster, slipping through gaps and exploiting weaknesses. "Fire at will," shouted one officer, panic creeping into his voice. "We must stop it." "Hold," Zelrin barked. "Do not fire blindly. Observe. Learn. Understand it first." The alien ships fired beams of energy, lasers, and missiles. But each attack missed. The unknown vessels moved faster than anything the fleet had encountered. They vanished and reappeared, darting through the void as if space itself obeyed their command. The captain felt a chill. The energy signature, it was human. Long believed to be weak, unarmed, and insignificant. But now the evidence was clear. Humans, this tiny species, were not what they seemed. "Sir, are we underestimating them?" whispered the young officer. Zelrin did not answer immediately. He watched the screen as one of the vessels approached the flagship, its massive energy signature glowing brighter than anything he had ever seen. It hovered, silent, waiting, almost taunting. The fleet was in chaos. Some officers wanted to retreat. Others wanted to attack. But no one dared to move first. The unknown vessel continued forward, ignoring shields, ignoring warnings, ignoring threats. It came closer and closer, steady and unstoppable. Zelrin took a deep breath. He knew the legends were true. Humans were unpredictable. Dangerous. And now, for the first time, he realized they were facing something far greater than a simple fleet of small ships. The screen flickered again, showing the strange shape moving closer. Energy readings spiked, alarms screamed, and a low hum of power filled the control room. The captain's voice was calm, but his eyes burned with urgency. "Prepare for the unexpected. Humanity has arrived. And this is only the beginning." As the unknown vessel crossed into firing range, the fleet felt the first twinge of fear. Every warning had been ignored. Every threat dismissed. And still it kept coming. The war, they realized, had already begun. The alien fleet was in full alert. Every sensor, every weapon, every mind was focused on the unknown vessel, or rather, the growing number of vessels. The single strange shape that had approached their formation had split into dozens of smaller ships, moving with terrifying precision. "Captain," said the sensor officer, his voice tight with tension, "the ships are human. I can't explain it fully, but the technology is advanced beyond anything we've scanned before. They move faster than our weapons can track." Captain Zelrin stared at the main screen. Tiny ships zipped past the fleet, weaving between beams and missiles with impossible speed. Every strike they launched missed, as if the humans were predicting their every move. "Prepare all defenses," Zelrin ordered. "Shields to maximum. Weapons on standby. Target the lead ship if possible. And," he paused, studying the screen, "do not underestimate them." The crew worked frantically. Beams charged, missiles locked, but every effort seemed futile. Each human ship moved with uncanny precision, dodging, splitting, and regrouping instantly. One of the officers tried to communicate. "Hailing unknown vessel. This is the Zelrin fleet. Identify yourself or prepare to be destroyed." Silence. Another hail. Silence again. "They don't respond," muttered the officer. "They just keep coming." Zelrin clenched his fists. "Of course they don't respond. Humans never do. They wait. They watch. And then they strike." The fleet attempted to reposition, trying to surround the human ships. But the humans always stayed just ahead, slipping through gaps like shadows. Their movement was coordinated, precise, and terrifyingly fast. "Captain, weapons are ready," said one officer. "We can fire on the largest ship now." "Hold," Zelrin said firmly. "We need to see their strategy first. Firing blindly is useless." Minutes passed. The humans made no mistakes. They tested the fleet, moving in patterns that confused the aliens, forcing them to waste energy and resources. Every small ship seemed to know exactly where to be, always one step ahead. Then something alarming happened. One of the alien scout ships reported, "Captain, there's a massive energy reading behind us. More ships are emerging. From the system, cloaked, hidden, hundreds of them." Zelrin's eyes widened. "Hidden human ships?" he whispered. "They've been waiting all this time?" The alien fleet scrambled. Panic spread through the ranks. Some ships veered off, trying to escape the approaching threat. Others tried to regroup, but the humans anticipated every move. On the main screen, a new pattern appeared. Hundreds of human ships formed a crescent around the fleet, cutting off escape routes. Each ship glowed faintly with energy, their technology far superior to the aliens' understanding. "Captain, they are surrounding us," said the young officer, fear creeping into her voice. Zelrin remained calm. Calm but tense. "Do not panic. Observe. Learn. We are not defeated yet. But we must respect their intelligence. They are not ordinary beings. They are humans." Suddenly, the largest of the human ships moved forward, glowing brighter than the others. Its energy was immense, a presence that dwarfed the alien ships. The entire fleet felt its power, their shields humming under the pressure of the unknown force. "They are testing us," Zelrin realized. "They want to see how we react, how we fight, how we panic." The fleet tried one last tactic. They fired volleys at the smallest human ships, aiming to scatter them. But the humans didn't scatter. They absorbed the energy, redirected it, and reappeared instantly in new positions, like shadows dancing through space. One alien officer gasped, "Sir, we cannot predict them. Every attack fails, every defense fails. They are unstoppable." Zelrin turned to the crew. "Alert all ships. Prepare for a direct approach. We must understand them before it's too late. These humans, they are not weak. Not at all." In the distance, the mysterious human dreadnought, Project Titan as the readings suggested, moved closer, larger and more imposing with every second. Its energy signature pulsed like a heartbeat, signaling power, intelligence, and a plan that the aliens could not comprehend. The fleet braced for impact. Every officer, every sensor, every weapon prepared. And yet, the humans did not fire. They did not attack. They simply came closer, slow and deliberate, forcing the aliens to make the first move. Captain Zelrin's mind raced. They are not here to destroy, yet. They are here to dominate. To teach us a lesson. The alien fleet felt fear. For the first time in decades, they realized that humanity, this tiny, underestimated species, was far more dangerous than any legend or story could have warned. The unknown ships kept coming, ignoring every warning, ignoring every attack. The fleet was trapped, tested, and humiliated, all before the battle had even truly begun. And somewhere in the darkness, the humans watched silently, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. The war was no longer just a possibility. It was inevitable. The alien fleet was on edge. For hours they had been tracking the strange human ships, but nothing they tried worked. Every maneuver, every missile, every beam of energy had failed. The humans moved with impossible speed, splitting and merging, dodging attacks, and reappearing where the aliens least expected. "Captain," said the sensor officer, his voice tight with tension, "the humans are coordinating perfectly. It's like they know our plans before we even make them." Captain Zelrin studied the main screen. The formation of the human ships was precise, almost surgical. They weren't just attacking, they were testing the aliens, probing for weaknesses. "Fire on the lead ship," shouted a junior officer. "We must hit something before they destroy us all." "Hold," Zelrin barked. "We need strategy, not panic." But the fleet was breaking apart. Some officers acted on instinct, launching volleys at the approaching human ships. Lasers cut through space, missiles streaked toward targets, but each attack failed. The human ships moved faster than the weapons could track, weaving through beams, slipping past shields and regrouping instantly. The alien flagship shook as one small human ship darted past the defenses. Its energy was faint, almost hidden, but the movement was precise, a clear warning. "They are toying with us," muttered Zelrin. "They want us to feel weak, to panic, to make mistakes." Suddenly, one of the alien warships exploded. A bright flash filled the void, sending debris spinning in all directions. Panic rippled through the fleet. "Captain, they destroyed the Theta-class ship," shouted an officer. "It had full shields and maximum weapons. They didn't even touch it directly." Zelrin's eyes narrowed. "Observe carefully. Learn. Every move they make is a lesson. But now, we respond." The fleet tried to regroup. Smaller formations were deployed to flank the humans, aiming to corner the tiny ships. But the humans anticipated every move. One by one, flanking ships were dodged, attacked indirectly, or disabled without direct contact. Then came the first real shock. A massive human ship appeared from behind a hidden asteroid field, glowing with energy so bright it made the alien sensors flare. It hovered in the middle of the fleet, massive and silent. The smaller human ships formed protective patterns around it, moving as if one mind controlled them all. "Project Titan," whispered one officer. It can't be real." But it was real. Its energy signature dwarfed the entire fleet. The human dreadnought emitted a low hum that resonated through the alien ships, shaking shields and instruments alike. "Captain, what do we do?" asked a junior officer, panic in his voice. Zelrin clenched his fists. "We fight, carefully. But this is not a normal enemy. These humans, they are intelligent, patient, and deadly." The humans struck first, but not as expected. Instead of firing on the alien ships immediately, they moved strategically, cutting off escape routes and isolating weaker ships. One human ship hovered near an alien cruiser, disabling its engines with a silent energy pulse. No explosion, no noise, just instant paralysis. "Sir, they can disable ships without even firing," cried the sensor officer. "How is this possible?" Zelrin gritted his teeth. "Technology, beyond imagination. But remember, humans are also patient. They wait for the perfect moment." The fleet attempted one final tactic, a coordinated assault on the largest human ship. Weapons fired from all directions. Lasers, missiles, energy beams, all converged on the target. The human dreadnought did not move. The weapons hit it and, nothing. Energy shields absorbed the volleys. The humans had calculated every trajectory, every timing, every weakness. The alien fleet was powerless. One of the alien officers shouted, "Retreat! Retreat now!" "Impossible," Zelrin said, his voice calm but firm. "They've surrounded us. There is no escape. Not yet. We survive, by thinking, not by running." The first real strike of humanity had begun. Small ships darted through the fleet, attacking weak points, disabling systems, and striking fear into every alien heart. Zelrin watched as one of the alien destroyers exploded, sending a shockwave across the fleet. "This is just the beginning," he muttered. "They are showing us what humans are, what they can do." The alien officers realized something terrifying. Humanity was not a minor species. They were methodical, precise, and terrifyingly fast. Every action the aliens took had been predicted, countered, and exploited. And in the distance, the human dreadnought loomed, waiting. Project Titan was not just a ship, It was a symbol of everything the aliens had ignored, underestimated, and dismissed for centuries. Captain Zelran's voice cut through the chaos. Prepare for the next wave. Humanity has struck first, but this war is far from over. The alien fleet felt fear for the first time. Every officer, every pilot, every strategist understood the same truth. The humans were here to dominate, and their first strike was only a warning. The war had begun. The alien fleet was in chaos. Explosions rocked the formation, warning sirens blared, and panic spread faster than any enemy attack. For the first time, Captain Zelran realized the humans were not just a threat, they were a nightmare. Small human ships zipped through the void like deadly insects, striking with precision and disappearing before the aliens could retaliate. Larger ships, protected by faint glows of energy, moved like ghosts, blocking escape routes and cutting off the fleet's retreat. "Captain, they're everywhere," shouted a young officer. "Every path, every formation we try, they anticipate it." Zelran's jaw tightened. "Stay calm. Observe. Learn. Panic will get us killed faster than they ever could." But panic had already infected the fleet. Officers argued loudly over strategy, some wanting to retreat immediately, others demanding a full attack. Missiles and beams were fired without coordination, and each strike failed. The humans adapted instantly, dodging or neutralizing every attack with terrifying skill. "Sir," whispered the sensor officer, "more ships are coming from the asteroid field near the outer rim. I count hundreds of them. We didn't even see them before, they've been cloaked." Zelran's eyes narrowed. So they were waiting for us to make the first mistake. The human ships moved like a single organism. Smaller ships darted in and out, scouting and disabling alien systems. They struck silently, leaving no explosions in some cases, only dead systems and confusion. "Sir, the Delta-class cruiser is offline," cried an officer. "Its engines, gone. It's drifting." Zelran clenched his fists. "They are not attacking randomly. They are testing us. We must find their pattern before we lose more ships." The fleet tried a coordinated retreat. Ships reversed, flanked, and formed tight formations hoping to regroup. But the humans were already there, predicting every movement. Energy pulses hit alien shields, forcing entire ships to divert. Small human vessels appeared from hidden positions, blocking paths, cutting communications, and striking fear into crews. Captain Zelran realized that the human strength was not only in technology but in strategy. Every ship, every pulse, every movement was controlled by a single mind, or perhaps a shared understanding that the aliens could not comprehend. "Captain," said a senior officer, panic in his voice, "they are surrounding us completely. Escape is impossible. We cannot fight every angle." Zelran stared at the screen. The largest human dreadnought, Project Titan, floated at the center of the encirclement. Its faint hum shook the alien ship's sensors, a reminder of the unimaginable power it held. "They are hurting us," Zelran said softly. "They want us to feel trapped, and they want us to make mistakes." The humans struck again. This time, several alien warships lost control simultaneously. Their engines failed, weapons went offline, and communications jammed. The fleet was paralyzed in fear and confusion. "Sir, what do we do?" asked a young pilot, his hands trembling over the controls. Zelran took a deep breath. "We survive. We do not panic. Observe, learn, and be ready. The humans are patient. So must we be." In the chaos, the humans made one more move. Smaller ships slipped between the alien vessels, cutting off vital support systems. Shields flickered. Missiles misfired. Engines overheated. The aliens realized too late that their power and coordination were no match for human intelligence and timing. "Sir, our fleet is collapsing," shouted an officer. Zelran's face was grim. "We are learning and surviving. That is our only chance." The human dreadnought moved closer, but it did not attack. Its presence alone dominated the battlefield, forcing the aliens to react rather than act. Each pulse of energy from it was a warning, a reminder that the humans were in control. Panic had become the dominant force in the alien fleet. Officers argued, pilots hesitated, and the formation was shattered. They were no longer the hunters, they were the hunted. Zelran's voice cut through the chaos. "Listen to me. We do not surrender. We regroup. We fight only when we must. And we survive to learn more about these humans. Understand them, and perhaps we have a chance." The fleet shuddered under another wave of human attacks, and silence fell for a brief moment. The aliens knew the humans were not done. This was not chaos, it was strategy. Every move they made was calculated. Every strike, every pause, every retreat was part of a plan the aliens could not read. And in the distance, Project Titan waited. Calm, patient, deadly. The alien fleet realized that the humans had won the first psychological battle. The panic, the fear, the confusion, they had been orchestrated, perfectly timed. Captain Zelrin clenched his fists and muttered under his breath, "They are nothing like we expected, and the war has only just begun." The fleet tried to regroup, but deep down, every officer knew one terrifying truth. They were facing an enemy that was smarter, faster, and far more dangerous than anything in their history. The humans were no longer a myth. They were real. And they were coming for the entire fleet. The alien fleet was in shambles. Ships drifted through space, engines failing, weapons offline. Panic spread like wildfire among the ranks. For the first time in centuries, these proud warriors felt powerless. Humanity was no longer just a threat, it was a force they could not ignore. Captain Zelrin gritted his teeth. "Hold your positions. Prepare for countermeasures. We cannot afford to lose more ships without understanding them." But understanding humans was impossible. Every tactic the aliens tried had already been predicted. Every formation, every maneuver, every attack was anticipated and countered. And now the humans decided it was time to strike. From hidden positions throughout the system, hundreds of human ships surged forward. They moved in perfect coordination, a deadly tide of small, fast, and intelligent craft. Each ship struck vital points on the alien vessels. Engines, shields, weapon systems, disabling them silently, efficiently, without leaving the chaos of explosions behind. "Sir, the Delta class is offline," shouted an officer. "The entire wing, gone." Zelrin's face was grim. "Keep calm. This is what we've been expecting. Observe. Learn." The alien fleet tried to regroup, but it was futile. Every movement had been anticipated. Energy pulses from the human ships hit vulnerable systems across the fleet, cutting communications and jamming weapons. Ships collided in panic as engines failed, leaving them drifting helplessly in space. Then the humans revealed the true terror. Project Titan. The massive dreadnought, cloaked until now, emerged from behind a distant asteroid belt. Its immense energy signature dwarfed everything in the system. The fleet sensors screamed warnings as the ship glowed with pulsing power. "Project Titan," muttered a junior officer. "It's massive. Its energy, it's enormous." Zelrin's jaw tightened. "It's not just a ship. It's a weapon, a fortress, and a mind, all in one. We are about to learn what humans are capable of." Project Titan moved deliberately, cutting across the alien formation. Smaller human ships protected it, creating layers of defense that the alien fleet could not penetrate. Each pulse of energy it emitted forced alien ships to divert or shut down systems entirely. The fleet tried to mount an offensive. Beams of energy, missiles, and coordinated volleys targeted the massive human dreadnought. But the attacks were meaningless. Titan's shields absorbed every strike, redirecting some energy to destroy or disable the attacking ships. Every attack the aliens made was countered. "Captain, we can't hit it." "Nothing works," cried an officer. "Every weapon fails." Zelrin's voice was steady, even as fear grew in the room. "Humans are methodical. Patient. They are showing us their full power now. We must survive to learn. That is our only chance." The humans did not strike recklessly. Their attack was calculated, surgical, terrifying. Small ships disabled engines. Dreadnoughts blocked escape routes. Every alien ship that attempted to fight was neutralized. The fleet's morale collapsed completely. "Sir, we are losing control," shouted a junior officer, panic in his voice. "Stay calm." Zelrin barked. "Observe. Learn. Do not panic." But it was too late. Alien formations broke. Command chains collapsed. Ships drifted helplessly, disabled and trapped. The humans pressed their advantage, striking swiftly, intelligently, and without mercy. Even the largest alien vessels were no match. Project Titan's energy pulses tore through shields like paper. Smaller human ships moved like shadows, hitting weak points and vanishing before retaliation. Captain Zelrin stared at the screen. Every move, every attack, every human strike was part of a plan. This was no random attack, it was a perfect counterstrike. Humanity was not just strong, it was brilliant, disciplined, and terrifyingly intelligent. "Sir, they are everywhere," shouted the sensor officer, his voice shaking. "They are controlling the battlefield," Zelrin said quietly. "We are not fighting humans, we are surviving against their plan." As the alien fleet reeled, Project Titan moved into the center. dominating the battlefield with its massive presence. Energy pulses radiated outward, disabling systems, forcing ships to scatter, and instilling fear in every crew member. The humans' counterattack was complete. The alien fleet, once proud and unbeatable, was shattered. Ships drifted, weapons were silent, and fear ruled the hearts of the crews. Zelrin's voice cut through the chaos, calm but commanding. "This is the moment we survive. Humanity has struck. The rest is yet to come. Remember this day, the day we met a species we underestimated, and paid the price." The fleet remained in chaos, the humans unrelenting. Project Titan hovered in the void, patient, deadly, and unstoppable. For the aliens, the counterattack was not just a defeat, it was a revelation. Humanity was here to win, and no one could stop them. The war had turned. The hunter had become the hunted. And the galaxy would never forget the day humans unleashed their true power. The alien fleet had never known such fear. Ships drifted through space, engines dead, weapons offline, and crews shaken to their cores. Panic had taken hold completely. For centuries they had believed themselves unbeatable. For centuries no one had dared challenge them. But now, humans had arrived. Captain Zelrin stood at the command bridge, staring at the main screen. Project Titan glowed at the center of the fleet, massive, pulsing with energy that dwarfed every alien ship. Smaller human ships darted through the fleet, striking with perfect timing. The aliens were trapped, surrounded, and powerless. "They're everywhere," whispered the sensor officer. "We can't escape. We can't fight. They know everything we will do." Zelrin clenched his fists. "We are learning. Survive. Understand. That is the only chance we have left." The humans did not strike recklessly. Each move was calculated. One human ship disabled the alien flagship's engines with a silent pulse. Another blocked the escape of a cruiser, cutting off its power systems. Smaller ships struck vital systems, avoiding direct destruction but leaving the fleet crippled. Project Titan hovered, silent, waiting, like a predator observing its prey. Its energy pulses radiated outward, forcing alien shields to flare and falter. The aliens could not attack. Their weapons had no effect. Their strategies were obsolete. "Sir, what do we do?" shouted a junior officer, panic in his voice. Zelrin's eyes burned with determination. "We survive. Observe. Learn. Humanity is patient. So must we be." But survival alone was not enough. The aliens realized they had underestimated the humans for centuries. Every legend, every tale of human weakness was false. They were not weak. They were cunning, intelligent, and deadly. From hidden positions throughout the system, more human ships appeared, each joining the attack in perfect timing. The aliens tried to regroup, tried to form defensive lines, but the humans anticipated every move. Each strike was precise, surgical, and unstoppable. "Captain, our fleet, it's collapsing," cried an officer. "Engines failing, weapons offline, communications down." Zelrin's jaw tightened. "It's over. We have underestimated them for too long. Humanity is not to be taken lightly." Project Titan moved closer, and the smaller human ships formed a perfect defensive pattern around it. Any alien ship attempting to escape or attack was immediately countered. Explosions rocked the fleet as disabled ships collided or drifted helplessly. The humans finally sent a message. A calm, steady voice echoed across the alien fleet's communications systems. "You ignored warnings. You mocked our species. You believed we were weak. You were wrong. Next time, do not ignore humanity." A silence followed the message. The alien crews felt the weight of their failure. They had faced a species they dismissed as insignificant, and now they were defeated, humiliated, and powerless. Captain Zelrin stared at the screens, his pride shattered. "This is humanity. We fought them, and we were broken before the battle even ended." The human ships did not fire indiscriminately. They left the remaining alien ships alive as a warning. Their strategy had been clear: show power, demand respect, and make sure the galaxy remembered that humans were not to be underestimated. Project Titan hovered, dominating the battlefield, a symbol of human ingenuity, patience, and power. The fleet knew the humans could strike again, anywhere at any time. Zelrin turned to his officers. "Report what remains." "Most of our fleet, disabled or retreating," replied one officer. "We survived, barely." "Good," Zelrin said, his voice heavy with realization. "Survival is all we can hope for. Humanity has won this day. And we have learned a lesson we will never forget." The alien fleet retreated, humiliated and battered. Humanity had struck first, struck smart, and struck hard. And in the silent void of space, the humans watched from a distance, calm, patient, and in full control. The war was over, for now. But the message was clear. Humanity was not weak. Humanity was not foolish. Humanity was unstoppable when provoked. And the galaxy would never forget the day humans revealed their true power. The unexpected war had ended. Humanity had won.